Hello everyone, Mark here, Mark's Max Muscle, and we have a very special comparison today. Any comparison with Arnold Schwarzenegger or Kevin Levrone is special. Kevin Levrone for that matter. Anyway, guys, when you combine these two, it's just unbelievable. It's bodybuilding magic is what it is. It's 1974 versus 1994. And of course, these guys have a lot of similarities, believe it or not. My wife, actually, she took quite a shine to this Kevin Levrone. Quite a handsome man, she says. He looks exactly like Arnold Schwarzenegger, she says. I don't really see the similarities, but hey, can't argue with the wife, or you will be sleeping on the couch. Anyway, guys, this here comparison, it's hard to say, really. And one more similarity, actually, I should bring up. These guys debuted at the Mr. Olympia event with the exact same placing. Did you ever realize that? They both debuted with a second place finish. Remarkable. Anyway, guys, hard to say. They never really hit the front relaxed back in the 70s. Let's have a gander at the back, shall we? And you know what? These guys are structurally speaking, very similar. Arnold, of course, taller, but they have similar width in the shoulders, legs, things of that nature. Big calves, actually, both of them. Of course, there's a conditioning edge for Kevin Levrone, but can you really see that for Arnold? It's hard to say. He has a big set of legs, ditto with Kevin Levrone. It looks like it's going to be Kevin maybe taking it in the leg department, which he was obviously in the front relaxed. But like I said too, they did just that, is stand and relax. They didn't really flex up like they were here in the 90s. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, let's get this excellent matchup underway. And I am quite surprised, to tell you the truth, that Kevin Levrone is actually doing battle with Arnold here. I thought for sure Arnold's big arms, and he does have big arms, much more shapely biceps. But here, in this pose, Kevin Levrone with that tiny waistline and perfect V-taper, he throws those lats in, and the lag department definitely winning in that edge. Now, I'm not saying that Kevin is beating Arnold, but he is definitely doing battle. They're dropping bombs. Let's at this time have a photo shoot. And this is a 94 photo shoot for Levrone and a 74 for Arnold. So keeping this fair if I can. Now, there is a couple of poses that will be different years. But for the most part, we are sticking with the 2 years as advertised, 74, 94. Now, see what I'm saying here? No, I'm not saying Kevin's beating Arnold, but his conditioning is a whole lot better. And he does have a massive set of guns. He just does not have those peaks of the oak, the Austrian oak. I like the vacuum pose for Arnold. But, like I said, Kevin battles back with that tiny little wee waistline. Definitely winning in the lag department as well. But can I very well give a point against Arnold Schwarzenegger when I look at those guns? It is very hard to say. But Kevin definitely putting up a fight. Now, this front lat spread, 1971 for Arnold. Obviously, you cannot get a 1974 front lat spread. Competition, that is. We do have a photo shoot that we'll take a look at. Now, this 1971 Arnold picture, I don't like using this one. The camera's very low, makes his legs look a whole lot bigger, and those lats a whole lot more filled out than they really are. Kevin Levrone, the way I see it, he should probably be able to take Arnold in this pose, but like I said, let's have that gander at the photo shoot. And my soul, you see those lats of Arnold? He was showing a good lat spread there in 71. So it wasn't all angle, and he does have a good set of legs. No, he's not beating Kevin in the legs. I mean, my soul. Look at Levrone's legs. But this is a front lat spread, and we're safe to assume we're going to focus in on the lats themselves. And Arnold does have an edge. Ditto in the front double bicep when you consider just the biceps themselves. Go to the side tricep. Now, this is the ongoing battle, the age-old question, who has the best side chest? And in my opinion, these two have the best side chests in bodybuilding history, but they hit it completely different. Kevin Levrone showing those arms, a little bit of the obliques there, definitely winning in the lag department. Not the calves, though. Arnold known for those big calves, and look at how big and thick his big chest is. Nobody has a thicker pec than Arnold Schwarzenegger, so he might get an edge in this, but Levrone definitely winning in the conditioning. This, unfortunately, is the only side tricep I could find of Arnold on stage, that is. There was a photo shoot, but he was very young in that as well. So we are safe to assume that he would have been a lot better, and it's very vexing that he did not hit this side tricep through his career. I guess it wasn't a mandatory pose till a certain year. But anyway, guys, enough about that. I would give Levrone a slight edge in the side tricep. Turn around for the back development, and this is where Kevin Levrone is going to gain some ground on the oak. From the glutes to even the legs here, and of course the all-important back development. It is a rear lat spread after all. Kevin Levrone is getting an edge. I mean, it's hard to say. This is a 1971 for Arnold, and this is one of the only poses that I couldn't find in 1974. And we're safe to assume his lat spread would have been a little bit better in 74. But I do not think that he would have enough to defeat the Maryland Muscle Machine. My soul. My soul, my soul, my kingdom for a soul. Let's have a look at the rear double bicep, and Arnold is a little bit better in this pose. You can see that Christmas trees, baby please, an awesome pose for sure. Now, Kevin Levrone has the size. Look at the glutes again in the leg department. But man, look at that Christmas tree. You can't ignore that, and the peaks of Arnold's biceps. I'm not saying he's winning this pose. These two are awesome, I'm telling you. Now, the conditioning, you could say and argue, conditioning of the glutes, definitely Levrone winning that. But look at that lower back again, guys. So, an edge to Levrone in the rear lat, maybe an edge to Arnold in the rear double bi. Hard to say. Pretty close here, though. One could say Levrone is also getting this pose as well. Turn to the ab and thigh. And wow, look at Arnold's waistline here. Very tiny. And you compare Kevin Levrone with anybody else. Does he have a bubble gut? No, he has a tiny waistline. But here, when you compare him with Arnold, Arnold's waistline is paper thin. And in the leg department, Arnold's doing okay. But Levrone obviously is showing the side of his leg, so he brings that into play as well. Arnold winning in the pecs. I can't believe I'm going to say this, but Arnold, he might be getting an edge in the ab and thigh. Let's wrap this matchup up, put this baby to bed, so to speak, and look at the final pose, the most muscular. And Levrone's probably winning this one. More of a quality physique. This is the pose that Arnold, if you watch Pumping Iron, he was saying, well, if Louis hits this one, then Arnold has then this one. And I think this is the pose that he was talking about, then this one. But it's not enough to defeat Kevin Levrone in this hands clasped, or wrist clasped, to tell you the truth. So, guys, if I don't know who's going to be winning this by now, then I guess I won't know. But I have to pick one at the end of the day. In the crab position, it may or may not sway my decision-making, because I'll be honest with you, Kevin Levrone has the size, the tricep there. He's a thick little horse, but Arnold is a big horse. And in a pose like this, with his chest very predominantly displayed, I would say Arnold may get an edge in the crab position. But, like I said, Levrone did probably get an edge in the hands clasped, wrist clasped, most muscular. So you can pretty much write this one off. Ladies and gentlemen, Kevin Levrone gets an edge in this comparison, and I know for a fact I'm going to take some heat for this one. If you give Arnold Schwarzenegger a loss against anybody, you're going to take some heat. But hey, I'm ready, willing, and able to argue with you guys. And hey, we can argue without getting mad at each other. You guys know that. Let me know your thoughts, feelings, whether Arnold should have won this one. It was the back development, guys. It was the lag development. It was just too much. Both of these guys, legends. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this very special comparison. Hit thumbs up if you did, and subscribe to the channel if you've not already. Go ahead and follow me on Instagram as well. Have a great day.